primary purpose of a government is to secure the lives and properties of its citizens. Now, where that is missing, we have no reason to believe in the government. That means that if I'm sitting down in the classroom to receive a lecture, my mind can never be at peace, because I know that at any point in time, anything can happen. The lecturer can go missing, all of us can go missing. I mean, these people could be somebody's sister. The fact that we're not directly affected does not mean that we're also at peace or that we're also secure, because at any point in time, if these people come, and we have to always understand that whatever is happening in the north is equally our problem.
What I can see, the picture I'm trying to see now, or I will say is happening, is a picture of docility on part of the government, on part of the military forces, and on part of us, Nigerians as a whole. Now the problem of bringing back our girls, Boko Haram, does not start from a single moment. Everything can be traceable to number one, good leadership, governance, and etc. If you check the origin of Boko Haram and the way they started, it started as a mere freedom fighter that was orchestrated out of the fact that they are trying to actually correct the ills of society. That was a picture that was first painted. But over time, we discovered that it was hijacked politically, it was hijacked religiously. So now there are different factions, different factors that are militating against the peace of this country. Not only Boko Haram, a lot of other things. Students, a lot of things are affecting students, a lot of things are affecting the university as a whole. So Boko Haram as a problem is a huge problem. Nonetheless, there are also problems that are militating against the student. So in one word, all I can see, I see Nigeria sitting on a keg of gunpowder. That's a fact. Boko Haram is a part. Corrupt leadership is another part. Good governance, lack of good governance is another part. Even right in the university, in all the facets of the governance in Nigeria.
I think internal political undertone, because the president, this is the first time the president has come from a very, very low peasant class. And I think some Northerners have been shut out from the corridors of power. So I think they are now using Boko Haram to retaliate, to make their views.
The Northerners have also come out against it, and it is their children that are being kidnapped. Do you think the Northerners want to kidnap their own children?
No, they don't want to kidnap them. They are the elites. There are some people that are still waiting to come out and condemn Boko Haram. People like Buhari, we are still yet to see them to come out openly to condemn Boko Haram. No, but he has not come out openly to condemn Boko Haram, because you can remember this same man said before Donald Trump became president that he will make Nigeria ungovernable for him. And really, Nigeria is ungovernable for Jonathan now.
So are you linking Boko Haram to Buhari?
I'm not linking it to Buhari categorically, but I'm saying at least people in the northern elitist class should have information. They know how these people are operating. These people are getting funding from somewhere.
I am a religious person, but I won't say my religion should supersede my education. I believe both of them should work in line with each other. The religion is important to me, and yeah, my education is important. So I believe both should work with each other. I believe the people behind this thing just lack a general view of things, because if everybody was to look at things equally, like I've been saying, gender equality, then they should realize that both the religion and both the educational aspect is important.
I believe it's a conspiracy, because if one said that it is against Western education, and all the weapons they've been using actually emanated from the West, and which is what produced as a result of what Western education. And so if one is saying is against Western education and they are bombing mosques, they are bombing churches and all those things, then what is the correlation between bombing church and Western education if they are going? I think it's a connivance or a kind of a conspiracy among some certain elements to destabilize the nation or to unleash mayhem to the civilian population. So they cannot say that they are against Western education and they are doing all they are doing, even against the religion they believe in. Because I'm not a Muslim, but I believe that Islam, for all intents and purposes, does not encourage violence in the way and manner they are going about it.
I would blame the society itself, particularly the Chibok community. Because I believe the issue of security should not be something that should be left just for the police alone or for the defense or the military alone. It should be something that borders on all and sundry.
Whether or not America comes to our rescue is not the issue. What matters now, what is fundamental, what is required now is that our children, our female children, should be brought back hale and hearty. Now, the issue of America coming to our rescue, I think is something that is long awaited. This opportunity for them is something that is long awaited. Now, the question is America coming to our rescue just because of their humanitarian gesture, or they have an ulterior motive? That is a pertinent question I wanted to resolve. Now, to the issue of government, if our government had acted swiftly when it was necessary. Now, the issue of America coming to our rescue would not have been necessary. Now, I understand that the responsibility of every government, which is the fact that it must provide security. Now, if I may invoke my knowledge of John Locke, the social contract theory. Now, in the social contract theory, the people submitted their natural rights to the government in return or in consideration for protection or affording them certain rights, which among them is security. Now, I vehemently believe, I take the view that government in all other things should provide the country, the citizen, with security. If the country has a tight security, a good security, all these things that are happening now, they wouldn't have been happening. I think it's an indictment on the part of the government of Nigeria.
There's really nothing like Boko Haram Muslims. What I said is that it's the fact that Islam connotes peace, and I really see no reasons why some set of people should just come up one day and say, okay, yes, we are here to destroy the whole nation. Boko Haram itself, I see it as a political driven thing. I think it's all about politics. And the way it goes now, by next election, we'll find out that if we are asked to vote for the Muslims, people will not want to do so because of what has been going on for the past few years.
Let me make reference to Section 38 of the Nigerian 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic. Okay, and Section 38 provides for the right to freedom of religion, freedom of thought, freedom of conscience. So, and the right in Chapter 4, which includes Section 38 that I just quoted now or made reference to now, is a fundamental human right. So even the Constitution acknowledges that every human being, every man, has a right to the choice of his religion, to the choice of his conscience, and whatever he believes.
In Islam, when the Quran was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ, the first thing that was revealed in the Quran was Iqra, and God says, read. That was the first thing that was stated in the Quran. So if God can say Iqra, that is read, learn, God is telling us that no matter the gender, be it male or female, you are all entitled to education. You are supposed to go to school, you are supposed to learn, because Islam does not recognize ignorance. You have to learn. The Prophet ﷺ was not educated, and when Allah wanted to send the Quran to him, he has to send it through the angel Gabriel, and what he did was to tell him to educate the Prophet. If the Boko Haram are like, okay, they are anti-education, that they don't want education, it means they are not following in the precedents of the Prophet, because the Prophet is not against education, and God himself is not against education.
I think American, France, China, UK coming in will be more of neo-colonialism per se, but let's get our guests back first and foremost, then we'll be able to cross the line of the neo-colonialism and discuss about that and know where we are headed.
Using our children as instruments of negotiation, I think that the entire world rises against it, and the entire world seems to understand that enough is enough, that Boko Haram has gone too far this time.
There are contradictions and there are contradistinctions. And at this point, I can say it categorically without fear or favor that America will not come to Nigeria to save the girls just because they love those girls or they love citizens of their country or for humanitarian services. But why they are doing this is just for their selfish interest. They have promised that Nigeria is going to break up by 2015, and that is by Bush and Condoleezza Rice, and they are trying to make that possible. So I wouldn't say, I can't explain that conspiracy that America could as well, or some sources from America could also be financing Boko Haram. And since they created terror in the world, since they have been those who created the terror that dissoluted the Soviet Union, since they have been those who created those terrors that caused problems in Libya, in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and in so many parts of the world. And even in Ukraine, what you understand is just that these people are the creator of terror, and definitely they will have the solution to terror. So that is what they are just giving to us now. But America can never give to you when they have nothing to get. And that is why Nigeria is going to pay dearly for what we have done. Since we cannot handle and tackle our own issue, then the American government is coming to it. I want to say that I believe that the American government, with their expatriates and their military, can help us overcome the Boko Haram and get the girls alive, if possible, a large number of them. But the fact remains that the aftermath of that particular scenario is going to be great. The consequence is going to be great because America is still going to continue lording over us. They are going to force us to accept gay marriage. They are going to force us to be subjected to their order, their directive, their actions, their thinking. What they see to be right and what they see to be wrong are things we must accept and we must follow dearly. So, and if we refuse to take this, the fact remains that they have the finances, they have the power, they have the people to dissolve Nigeria.